Good morning, students. Today we continue with the lesson on sports and entertainment. Yesterday, the last point that in the last part we discussed about the toys that are made, the dolls that are made in Maharashtra are known as Taki. Just a minute. The toys that are wooden dolls that are made in Maharashtra are known as Taki. And they have asked us to find out more information about the dolls that are made or are still being made in different parts of India. So this is a very important part of the Indian culture and tradition. We have the tradition of making dolls, wooden dolls in different parts of India. In East India, children, we have wooden dolls that are made in Sikkim, Tripura, and the people of the Konyak group in Nagaland also prepare wooden dolls. In Orissa, the dolls which are made, they are very famous for their beauty, and they're made at Puri, Kathak, Sambalpur, and Kanpur. Puri has a tradition of doll making since several centuries. In North India, dolls are made out of walnut wood because this wood is very soft. So walnut wood is used, and the branches and the roots of the walnut, the color of it is slightly light, and therefore it is used to prepare certain parts of the doll, whereas the wood or the trunk of the tree is dark in color, and therefore it is used to prepare certain other parts of the dolls. In central India, the people of the Padhai and the Modia clan in Madhya Pradesh, they have preserved the tradition of making wooden dolls and artistic objects. In western India, that is in Gujarat, you have Sawantwadi, which is famous in Maharashtra for making dolls, and various types of wooden dolls are made here. In South India, since there is a festival, that is during the festival of Navratri, you have the dolls which are being arranged. Wooden dolls are made in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, and in Karnataka. Red dolls are made from red sandalwood, which is also called as Rakta Chandan. In Tirupati, it's very famous. And you also have dolls made out of sandalwood. So, tradition of making dolls is very famous in the different parts of India. Today, let us continue with toys and history. Toys children can throw a light on history and technological development. Okay, the type of toys that were used, when we look at it, we come to know more about the people who lived during that particular time period and the technological development. Nowadays, we have toy stores which have lots of toys, different varieties, and where science and technology is used. And there are lots of different varieties of toys which are available. Okay, now we can also get a glimpse of the religious and cultural traditions through them. So when these toys were gifted, and what was the religious festival or occasion, then as a part of traditional Diwali celebration in Maharashtra, model forts are made. Even today, model forts are made. I'll send you a video related to this, two videos in fact related to this on the WhatsApp group. You can have a look at the forts that are made. Okay, during Diwali, exhibitions are organized and even winners are declared. Clay images of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his soldiers and also people and animals are placed on these model forts. This tradition keeps the memory alive of the important role of forts in the history of Maharashtra. So there have been there are lots of forts in Maharashtra, and many of these forts, like Pratapgarh, Raigad, are well maintained even today. Tourists visit these forts, and to those who are interested in history, knowing about the history of the Maratha period, they visit these forts, and it gives us a lot of information about the Maratha rule. An ivory doll. Ivory is found in the, it's taken from the elephant. Okay, the tusk of the elephant. Ivory doll made by the Indian craftsman was found in excavation at Pompeii, an ancient place in Italy. It is dated to the first century Common Era. This artifact throws light on the Indo-Roman trade relation. Very fact that even dolls were sold or it was transported from India to faraway places like that of Italy. Thus, toys found in archaeological excavations can tell us about the cultural contact between nations in ancient times. There existed good trade relationship between the Indo-Roman trade relationships were very good during that time, and the very fact that dolls that were made in India were found here at an excavation at Pompeii shows talks about this. Sports, literature, and movies on sports. Publishing of books and encyclopedia on sports is a newly developing enterprise. The history of Malkham has been recently published. There is an encyclopedia on the subject of exercise. Some years ago, there was a sports magazine named Satkar. So, a lot of books have been written, children, on a lot of books have been written on sports, and these books also give us a lot of information. There is ample literature available in English on sports. Some television channels are exclusively devoted to sports. Definitely, there are many people who would like to view only sports. They don't like to see the television serials which usually housewives sit and watch, but boys and generally men also want to, even if they switch on the television, they would like to do something related to sports. Recently, some movies on sports and biography of players have been released in various languages. For instance, films like Mary Kom, Dangal. Mary Kom is the first Indian female boxer to participate in Olympics and win a bronze medal. Dangal is based on the life story of the Puggar sisters, who were the first Indian female wrestlers to win gold medals at various international competitions. So there is a connection between sports and movies. Um, Movies have been made on various athletes and even one or two hockey players. And so you have these movies are many a times they become a box office hit because of the way it is being made or directed. Okay, so people watch it with interest. So you have this is the connection between sports and movies. Then you have but when a person has to direct a movie or write a story based on a particular sportsman, he has to do a lot of research. And while doing this research, knowledge of history of sports is also essential for writing articles in various publications like encyclopedia, newspapers, sports magazines, etc. Okay, whenever you talk about any kind of sports, every sport has a history. Remember how hockey was played once upon a time, what was the equipment that was used, how was cricket played once upon a time, what were the rules and regulations. Okay, so there have been a lot of changes in the various sports and games over a period of time, and that's why every sport and game has got its own history. Sports and professional opportunities. Although sports and history appears to be distant as subjects, there is a close tie between them. Students of history can find many opportunities in the field of sports journalism. One needs to resort to history in order to write articles and reviews about sports events like Olympics or Asian, national and international matches. Whenever you write something related to the present day Olympics or Asian, you must be aware of their history. When it started, okay, when were these sports events not held during which period of time? What was the reason for that? Today, how it is held? How many nations participate in it. All this information should be there, and only then one can become a good sports journalist. Expert commentators are in demand during sports matches. A commentator also needs to have a good knowledge about history, statistics, previous record, eminent players, historical anecdotes, okay, incidents related to the concerned game. Knowledge of history is therefore useful for them. When a commentator is um, commenting, giving a running commentary about a match. Sometimes there are breaks, and during this time period, he has to fill up these breaks by giving that additional knowledge about the players or about the games which are played previously, compare them to the games that are played now, to the matches which are played previously, etc. So, for this knowledge of history is useful for them. Matches of various sports like cricket, football, kabaddi, chess are shown live on television on various channels. The roles of professionals who track and keep record of these telecasts on various channels have become important, very important now. Sports channels continue telecasting around the clock. 24/7 you have the sports channel. There are many professional opportunities available in this field. Referees, umpires, referees are essential factors of sports matches. So trained referees are required to pass qualifying examinations. So one of the professions that one can take up is that of a referee. And one can work at district, state, national, and international level. Government and private sectors are trying to offer trying to promote sports, and there are scholarships offered to sports persons. Even in Indian Army, supposing you want to go ahead and pursue a particular sport, you join the Indian Army, you're still under at the training level. They give you all kinds of encouragement, give you good, there is the food required, diet required. They put you on a diet required for the same, and then you can represent the Indian Army and in that particular sport. There are reserved seats for them in government and private establishments. Various companies have got a sports quota, and those who are good at various kinds of sports, they are taken in by both the private establishments as well as by government companies. Let us come to a very, very interesting information about Bal G. Pandit here. He's the first Indian cricketer to pioneer cricket commentary. Okay, pioneer means to someone who who took initiative in starting something new. It's called a pioneer. People used to listen very eagerly to his broadcast from Akashvani. I remember when we were children, what we used to do is when we would watch the cricket match, the television would be set to be on, but we would put it on mute. And the cricket commentary on the radio would be very interesting. And so, therefore, we would listen to the radio commentary. His well-studied commentaries were full of information about the history of the playground, career history of the players, anecdotes about the game, and established records of the game. So he was well informed about the history of not only the players but also about the game, about the players, about various incidents. He had so much of knowledge that he could compare the game that had happened to another similar game previously, okay, in the past. So his commentaries used to be entertaining because of all these historical details. So people would love to listen to his cricket commentary. Okay, so children, we come to the end of this particular chapter. Now we have effectively completed chapter 1 to 5. Chapter 4 and chapter 6 is being omitted. Okay, next time we will take up chapter 7. uh, Chapter 8 and 9 are remaining. Sorry, chapter 8 and 9 are remaining. I'll be putting up the videos for that also. And I'll be sending you 3 links where you can watch something related to Olympic Games. Then you have one video related to Dhyan Chand, the Wizard of Hockey, and how toys are prepared. Exhibitions are related to model forts which are being prepared during Diwali and they're exhibited in Maharashtra. I'll be putting up a small video related to that. Okay. If I get some information about or a commentary, small short commentary of Bal J. Pandit, I'll try to put up that also. So notes also will be forwarded to you. Okay. Meanwhile, start studying and keep preparing. Thank you, children. Have a good day.